Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel Happy Heart Homemaking. In today's video, I'm going to show you all of my Christmas disasters that I have. Here I'm just showing you that the pile of clean clothes is waiting ready and to be hung up and folded and put away, and the mess that everybody just kind of throws around. So yeah, this is just family life, after the holidays. Now this was 2 days after Christmas, and oh, looky there, some boiled over butter. All the ooey gooey cooking adventures of Christmas. So yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, this was 2 days after Christmas, and when I'm recording this is actually like a week left in January. So we had a lot of illness in my family, not COVID related, but just some other viruses that have gone around, and I think now we may be on the mend, I hope. Yep, a random sock. So I'm going to show you everything that is just piled up from just the week of Christmas. Now in there you will see, see where I'm covering it up. That is laundry that I had to get done, and finally got that done. And some cans that did not get put up in the pantry. And this is a surround sound that my husband got for Christmas, and we didn't know if we needed another piece to it. Turns out we did, and he is absolutely loving that gift. It was like maybe $60 for that surround sound system, so go check that out if they have any more in stock. I'm unsure, but it was on jcpenney.com, and that is not sponsored. It's just something he got for Christmas. Now, all this is from Christmas with my family, with my husband's family. As you see there, the baby actually put marker on the floor and got the crayons out the night before. But this is not just kid mess. This is everybody in my family mess, including animals. A basketball that my kids had gotten, and just the two big plastic bags are actually mine. One's for me and one's for my husband, and it was things that we got from my mom. And all of the Christmas decorations on this day I am going to take down. I do not understand the story of this stool. Now, I believe it was the baby the night prior getting up and getting candy canes off this tree. I do not know, but anyway, we're going to put that up. And then the cluster of shoes, we have many big feet here, and there's many big feet shoes around. So we have a bad habit of taking our shoes off and throwing them across the room. And, well, I don't. My children do, and that's okay. So these are some items that those clothes that my mother-in-law had given me for the baby to wear that he was fixing to outgrow, and we wanted to get that use out of them. And the boxes, I think the garbage bag that you see is just a bag of trash, and that has like gift wrap and boxes. It's not like grocery empty cans or anything like that. It was just some empty boxes and gift wrap. So and there's another random shoe. Evidence number 1, I guess. This is the cat toy that the baby has taken the tassel off and drug around the house and bumped walls and stuff till it finally broke, and we finally ended up throwing that away. This is a coffee maker box I got for Christmas, and any brands that you see, we are not sponsored or affiliated, but we got them or we use them. So as you see, a random slipper on the floor. I think I was trying to tell y'all something good, but just decided to do a voiceover. And those are my husband's shoes. He has been trying to break these shoes in, so he has a very wide foot. And if y'all have any directions or instructions on how to break in cowboy boots, let me know, because these boots have sat in the closet for well over a month, if not longer, because he just can't seem to get those broke in. And that is an air purifier that I needed to get cleaned out and kind of dusted out and things. And that was something that my mom had brought whenever we did have COVID back in November or so. And that's to take all the germs out of the air, and so they say. I'm not sure if that really works, but we used it. And as you see, there are lots of just knickknacks that I decided to put away. And you see my Tortured for Christ book there, and that is a very interesting and good book. And it was about the Russian communist and, living during the 1940s. And it was a pastor who was in prison for, I think, over 14 years and was beaten and tortured. And, that book had a little bit of torture in it, but not a whole lot. But I think he wrote actually another book where it talked about more of his torture. So if you're interested in that book, I think I got that at christianbook.com. And I believe they also have it on Amazon. But it was very good, and I highly recommend if you like communism or, the 1940s or the 1950s. So yeah, just check that book out and let me know how y'all like it. Vinegar and water, and sometimes I'll put a little bit of essential oil in this, but I'm just going to spray it down. Close it and turn it on for about 20 seconds. Let everything heat up. And here I am just making piles of everything while that microwave is doing its warm up, and then I'm wiping it out. And what I like to do is I like to take a wet rag with vinegar and then a dry rag, and then actually leave that microwave door open, because I have found that if I don't, then the bottom plate will rust out. I've had that done to 3 of my microwaves, and I've had to throw them out because, rust and anything is not good and is actually very toxic. So I have found that this to be the better solution than just going without a microwave. But anyway, I like to take everything off. For whatever reason, I didn't do that here. I think it's because this is a new piece and I just kind of dusted around it. And I've loaded everything on the counter, or on the table rather, and then made piles of everything and then started putting everything back as they went. Now, I will say here, I had a toddler at home and I had a 15-year-old at home. My 16-year-old, we have different custody situations. So like he'll go stay with his dad for a couple weeks and he'll stay with me for a couple weeks. So here he went to spend Christmas with his dad and his dad's family. So this overall today took me approximately 4 hours just for 3 rooms. I had company later on that evening. And so yeah, it takes a while when you're taking stuff up, putting stuff down, and you're scrubbing everything and vacuuming and whatnot. So, but here I am. That little green thing is a booster seat for my 2-year-old, and I just clean that with vinegar and water along with my table, because any eating surfaces that I have in my home, I do not use chemicals on, because if you turn the box around or the bottle around and you look at them, it will say use potable water to rinse well. Well, if I'm cooking on that poison is going to go into my food, and I don't want that. So vinegar is natural, and that is what I use. So it does not put poisons into our foods, or if my baby comes up and licks the high chair or the table, it's not going to hurt him. And this pantry is disgusting, I know, and that is coming at a later date. Like I said, we have been sick. And, toddlers hitting those torrential 3s, and, yeah, it's been rough here lately. But you know what, Mama, it's okay to have those bad weeks. It's okay. We had some death and we had some grief, and now we're just trying to get through, just get through life. And yeah, so, sweeping up the floors. Now, on regularly, if I can speak correctly with my southern drawl, I like to take the vacuum cleaner and do this in my kitchen. I feel like it gets the crumbs up better, and I can take my attachment off and get underneath. You see there underneath, like where the kick toe of the cabinets would be, or the toe kick rather. I like to take my shark and just kind of get in all those crevices, but I didn't today because I had a baby that I needed to keep an ear on, and I couldn't do that with a vacuum cleaner running because, you know, he was kind of all over the house. So, but moving the chairs and getting all that, yep, see, I'm already developing a pile here. And please excuse all the sniffles, and you'll hear car noises in the background, and you'll hear a toddler, and you might hear some doggies. We are outside on this glorious day that the Lord has given us. It is roughly about 58 degrees here in West Tennessee, and we are just enjoying the sunshine before the cold snap comes again. And it has been like frigid here in Tennessee the last 3 or 4 weeks. We had some like low teen temperatures where we had to break. Oh, you see the little chubby baby, where we had to break out our heat lamps for our animals outside. So it has been cold here, most definitely. But today it is beautiful. Yep, and there's my dirty pile. Get all that cleaned up. And I'm going to show y'all how I do my vinegar spray. So it's just some white distilled vinegar. And I'm going to fill it probably about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way full. And then I'm going to fill it with warm water the rest of the way. I'm going to leave a little bit of headspace for the pump that goes in it. So, and then I'm going to use some sweet orange essential oil. So I'll probably do about 10 to 15 drops to a full bottle. And I'm going to screw on the lid. And you can see where the oil is kind of up at the top. So I'm going to flip it over and just kind of give it a few good shakes. So here I am just kind of spraying down this mess that collected on the wall. I'm really not sure if like a kid threw something at the wall and it dripped down, or so I don't know what it was, but something happened. And so now we're just scrubbing it off. The only thing that I actually despise about my home, we have lived here for roughly almost 2 years, not quite, but it is a late 1960s home. Are you? Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, friends. Say hi, friends. No, we're not spraying Mama's spray. Say hi, friends. Anywho, like I was saying, we live in a 1960s home that has been renovated. And throughout the whole house, they painted with flat gray paint. Okay, if I did not have kids, it would be fine. But I have children and a toddler and, you know, messy mouths and messy hands, and they go through, and here's what I think all kids do. They say, Mom, you have pretty gray walls. Let's see if I can color them up. And they take their hands and they, with everything that they own, just rub their hands all over it. And they're proud of those, which is fine. One of these days I will not have those pretty drawings on my walls, rather, but, you know, it's okay. But I think this spring what we're planning to do is repaint with something a little more kid-friendly. But here I'm mopping, and you see my little puppy. That is one of 3. And he is literally the baby of the family. He is my support dog. And I do And I do mop with this solution called Autoban, and I find that at Sam's Club, or I've seen it at local Walmarts here lately. And it is like a laundry refresher, but it's a disinfectant. Like, you can use it for several things. You can mix it up as a concentrate and spray on your, I wouldn't say like your kitchen counters, but like your bathroom counters and your toilet and things that I do. And this is the dog mess on the wall. But yeah, that is what I mop with, and it has a eucalyptus smell, and I think in the recent years they have came out with like a lavender and I think a Pet Fresh and different ones. But anyway, it's very strong. And 2 bottles I bought in 2020 when the pandemic hit. And those bottles have lasted me. I still have 1 full bottle. So they work, and they're super concentrated. You add just barely any to a whole. And here I am just breaking down boxes and unloading Christmas bags and putting those in different orders that they needed to go in to wherever room that it was designated to go. Now, even though I'm cleaning in here, these things that I asked the teen to put away, they did not get put up nice and neatly, which that's okay. At least they got into that room. And then we went back and we fixed it later on in that week. So, yeah, just moving the camera closer and opening the gifts. That I think this was my husband's bag, and that was a wallet and a Christmas card, and what else do I see? Just various things he got. Oh, those are towels that my mom got us that we desperately needed. And I love when I get towels. Like, that is my favorite thing, is towels and sheets and washcloths and all of the good stuff. To be frugal, I do keep my gift boxes and my gift bags that I get. If they have no tears, if they have like these little gift tags and they're written on them, I just take them off for the following year. If they have the gift tag on the bag, I just cover that up with my next year's gift tag. So some of these bags I've just recently got. I know this year the bags that I used, I've had 3, 4, 5 years, and I just reuse those. A lot of people keep their tissue paper. I'm not going to this year because I've been keeping my stuff out in the garage, and I lost my lid to my gift wrap, and I don't want like anything getting on the tissue paper, so I'm just gonna use those for camping. We camp during the summer, so this would be good for camping to start fires with. So, fire starter, there we go. I'm just making various piles of who's what. And then we will put them in designated rooms. May not open all the baby's toys today because he got a whole lot this year. He's got various grandmothers, various aunts and uncles on both sides of our families. Same way with all my kids, but my boys are teenagers. The older 2, they don't get toys anymore. They get clothes and shoes and gift cards and things that are smaller, whereas the baby gets things like this that takes up a lot of space. And eventually we'll get everything. When I get the whole house clean, we'll open everything up for him and lay in place. So we've opened up probably about half of his stuff already and still have the other half to go. My big boy's got a basketball goal this year. That's where this ball come from. So the baby was throwing it through the house earlier and I had to take it away. So, all right, back to work. These little learning things that he got this year will help to keep him busy, but not only keep him busy, but he'll also be learning. Even though he's 2.5, he still retains a lot of information. He's starting to mimic things we do and say and start to retain a lot of his memory. So, but these little, not affiliated and not sponsored, so, but these like little writing tablets and things, they're a little bit old for him, but he can still play around with them and still be learning stuff, so. And as you probably heard in the background, Jonah was very upset on this day. He is very clingy, and ever since I left work, he has been wanting to kind of stay at my rear, and that's okay, because one of these days he's not going to have nothing to do with me or want anything to do with me. This was at Thanksgiving. My mom and my family had this printed off, and my mom made it bigger off of her camera, or off of her computer. So that is our Thanksgiving 2021 pictures. This right here is my husband. The one next to him is Aiden, the 15-year-old. The one in the light blue shirt is Hayden. He's my 16-year-old. That is me. And the little one I'm holding, his name is Jonah, and he's the 2.5-year-old. So big huge gap difference, but we're still very blessed. And actually that picture really saddens me, not in a bad way, but in a good way. We suffered some loss through miscarriage, and I was still working at the time. And looking at this picture, it makes you realize how fast things go and how time really just slips away from you. And I remember when my oldest 2 boys were jumping off the trampoline in their underwear or off the couch in their underwear, because that's how they lived, was in their underwear. And it just makes you miss every single moment, even with little ones. So in 2 to 3 years, I will lose some of my flock, and it's a privilege to get to raise them and for me to call mine. They certainly have been a joy. Even teenagers, we struggle with teenagers, and that's okay to struggle with teenagers. I'm not the hippest mom, I guess you could say. At one point I thought I was, until having my own teenagers, but I'm kind of like old school, and set different values for my kids, and those are Christian values, and the world has really tried to break that. But I continue. I stay earnest about it, and I'm very diligent in how I mother, because when they leave, even though they're seeing some things now, when they leave my home and when they have their own kids, that seed is implanted in them, and it's going to continue to grow throughout every generation that they ever have. I was fortunate enough to not stray too far after I graduated, and I very fully came back to the Lord. It took a while, but the Holy Spirit imprinted on me in my life and said, you know what, Heather, this is not the life for you. I have bigger plans for you, and I'm going to prosper you. And you know what? He certainly has. Even when I struggled with infertility, even when I had my miscarriages, even when I did all these things, the Lord was still there, and He provided. And that's what I want to instill into my kids. And here, I'm just walking that plan out. Nursing was at one time a plan for my life, but now it's being a stay-at-home mama to these boys, and continue to grow and seek the Lord, and try to raise the rest of the years that I have to instill those values into actually my oldest 2. And I'm more harking into my oldest 2 that way that the youngest one kind of follows suit. So yeah, this is just the plan that I have now. And whatever may come, if it's the Lord's will, I pray that I follow Him and continue to grow, and that my children continue to grow in Him. And here I am, and just, trying to keep the baby entertained. He got in trouble on this day for bouncing the ball in the house and kept doing it. So I finally had to go make the ball disappear, and he was not happy about it. And this is what my motherhood looks like, Not all the time is like a disaster in every room, but a lot of the time it is. And then this is where we just kind of pick up and keep going on. And this is what I do, We have a routine every day. And I make a list of everything that I do on a Dollar Tree, just a dry erase board. And, each room that I want to try to tackle, I do that. But, there are some days that the toddler's being a toddler, or the teenagers are being teenagers, or everybody's, fighting. But it can wait. If I need to mommy more one day, or if I have sick little ones, it'll wait. The list will wait. And you see that green and black tackle box there. That is a fishing box my oldest child got for Christmas. And my baby, ever since we got this, has been getting the needle nose pliers out of it, the ones that you take the hook out of the fish's mouth and all this stuff. He likes to act like he is hooking everything. So he will, I think here in a moment, if not, it was back a little bit. Nope, here it is. So yeah, he had this needle nose pliers actually for well over 30 to 40 minutes because nobody was actually looking at what he was doing. So hashtag toddler life. Hashtag mom fail. And don't let your baby get in the nose pliers for fish.
Oh boy. Yeah, no.
And this, so you see Jonah in the background, he is fake crying. He is not actually crying. He has learned how to fake cry. So, and there's his little bicycle helmet. He is actually our miracle baby. We were told that we would never be able to conceive after doing numerous things. And we decided not to go to an IVF clinic. We were just blessed with what the Lord gave us, and we were content at that time with it. I found these at Walmart for $5, and they worked pretty well for us this year. So next year. But, fervently praying, he decided, nope. I need to show you a miracle of what I can do, and he certainly did that. Y'all, God is just so powerful. God is my all in all. He is my breath in my body. My little creatures I got last year after Christmas. They were 75% off. I believe they were around between $14 and $19.99, and I got them for 75% off, so I was very happy. They did not have these this year at Walmart, so we are thrilled with our wildlife that was in the window this year. We were really excited for it. Yeah. Things like this, they're old, thin ceramic. A fox. My rat is probably my favorite because it bounces. And as you probably see the top of Jonah's head, he is actually bringing things to the camera to show, I guess, y'all. But he was mimicking Mom. So, and that is some garland that I'm just taking down that my husband put up. Hashtag short girl problems. I hate climbing on chairs and I hate climbing on stools. So I just yanked it down. And here I am just taking everything off, putting it away. Christmas is over. Tear, tear. We absolutely love Christmas. Even though this year did not feel like Christmas to us, it was almost 80 degrees here in Tennessee. It was wet, it was rainy, it actually felt spring-like in Tennessee. And as you can tell, I'm a very big Tim Burton fan. You'll see things throughout my house that are very Tim Burton-y. Might knock the tree off, so. And also in this video, you will get the many faces that Heather makes. I did not realize that I make as many faces as I do until I caught myself on YouTube. So, my husband and my family says I make faces all the time. Did not even realize it. And the baby is helping me take ornaments off, and he's gonna bring it to you guys and show you and da-da-da-da-da, like he does. But here he was not talking as well as he is this week. He is like, within the last week, he has sprouted as far as words and blossomed in his sentences and his colors, and he is really, really acting like he's a big old 3-year-old, and he still has a few months before he hits the big 3, so it does not seem like 3 years has flown by, but it has. And we are very blessed to have him. Alright guys, this is the aftermath of the Christmas tree. Now we got to get the vacuum cleaner out, but everything has been put in designated rooms. Not really nice and neatly, but it's in the rooms that we need them in, of the people that they belong to. Yep, Jonah's trying to get into Bubbles. He already got into the Play-Doh over there on the shelf, and the Christmas necklace.
A bubble.
Bubble?
Huh?
Uh-huh. Say hi, friends.
Abby.
I'll open it later. It's too cloudy and wet outside for those today. And the desk is now cleared off. I still have to deal with that box and do something with my new calendar numbers. That was a Secret Santa gift. So, yep. And he's got the bubbles open. Gotta go. And I don't think I've said this yet, but I need y'all to like and subscribe this video if y'all enjoy videos like this, or, comment and let me know what y'all want to see. Do y'all want to see recipes? Do y'all want to see cleaning? Do y'all want to see homeschooling? Just hit me up and tell me what you want me to put out there. These are some, like a cookie plate and milk bowl. But this is the reason for it all, for Christmas. This right here. You see how it says hope? Our hope is in the Lord. And I did find a repurpose for that tissue paper instead of using it for camping, fire start. And I'm just wrapping all my Christmas stuff in it. I don't buy newspapers, so that is my frugal tip on how to repurpose your Christmas stuff. Yep, there's a close-up shot of that Tortured for Christ book. And there's another one. Isn't he precious? And y'all, this is how everything is looking. It was not totally finished on this day, but eventually it did get finished when the husband got home. And I had to start dinner around this time. So, you know what? You just do what you can do, and then there's another day or another time for it. Everything is kind of tidy on this shelf and, you know, like that. But, you know, you'll still see boxes, and you're going to see, yep, there's Jonah. There's Jonah with a play set that he had strode everywhere. You know, those toddler years, it'll get to you. And that's still that box that is still actually sitting in my living room. So I still don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's okay. And I also want you mamas to be encouraged to let, no matter how long it takes you, it's going to get done. You know, if you have a toddler, as soon as your cleaning comes through and wrecks everything, he'll eventually go to bed and it's going to get done. So just be patient and don't let it wear on your nerves. And there's a kitty cat. Yep, the boxes that went out to the garage. And a pretty view out the front window. And all nice and tidy. And here you can see that everything is kind of in its place. Sort of, kind of, except for the stuff that's still hanging out. And the Hot Wheel car. That don't go in storage. The boxes went to the garage. And that was the one with the knickknacks in it. And everything's kind of back where it needs to go. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off now. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see y'all later. And always remember to wake up and maintain a grateful and happy heart. Bye, friends.